Mr. President.
This senator from Oklahoma.
Mr. President, this is one of the rare places where you can be in an institution with someone you dearly love and yet disagree with so strongly. And that's the relationship that we have. I have a lot of respect for my friend from Virginia. But I think this has been twisted around in a way to make the president look bad. In his heart, he knew what he was doing at the time. You know, we got to keep in mind, and I'd even suggest that this is probably the boldest defense policy decision of his presidency to date. He authorized an airstrike against a leader of the Iran Quds Force, Soleimani, in accordance with I still believe in his privileges and responsibilities under the Article 2 of the Constitution. Now, let's remember who Soleimani was. It's been a while now, and a lot has happened since then. But he was a terrorist. He was responsible for the training and funding of militias across the Middle East, and the very militias that had targeted American personnel, facilities, and partners for decades. He was a monster, nothing less. Some people out there want to believe that his action was a rush to war. Nothing could be further from the truth, but instead of looking at the facts, they pushed ahead with a war powers resolution that instead of making more war less likely, it made it more likely. And let me tell you how. The resolution was short-sighted and dangerous in February, but in the 4 months, but the 4 months since then have only confirmed that it was not necessary. We're clearly not at war. Not only that, but an airstrike is not war. Defending American lives is not war. And the president has made it clear that he doesn't desire war. We all know that. Nobody here wants war. But at the same time, nobody should want a policy that would leave Americans vulnerable to the whims of Iran's terrorist-supporting regime. If we do that, if we tie the president's hands so that he cannot defend American lives, we leave ourselves more vulnerable and therefore make war infinitely more likely. And accordingly, we must all vote to sustain the president's veto. I yield the floor.